I had a really interesting conversation today with somebody that I swapped massages with. And he gave me a massage after I'd given him a massage. And it was just full body, save for the privates. Obviously, that was off limits. And he said, um, I enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed an added glute massage too, laugh out loud. I said, I'm sure. He said, wouldn't you have liked one too? And I said, nope. He said, really? I bet you would have enjoyed it. I said, if you haven't noticed, I'm rather modest, not a big fan of people touching me in areas that I consider reserved. I would have enjoyed it from a man to whom I was married, but not other people. He says, I know you're modest, laugh out loud. Well, you should break out of your shell and get to know me so you're not so reserved. I promise you would enjoy. I said, not a shell, virtue, and rather proud of it, as most women seem willing to have absolutely none. I know I would enjoy it with the right person at the right time. He says, I would agree that you would enjoy it. You know more about virtue than me. LOL. As I said, you should allow yourself more freedom to enjoy. I can assure you your virtue won't be tarnished. Sorry, that's a no-go. Certain parts of the body are off limits. Here's the kicker line. Are you ready for this? He says, it's just a butt. Laugh out loud. It's just my virtue. It's just an area that I consider important enough to reserve for my spouse. I responded, just is a relative word. It can change the value of just about anything at any level of the spectrum. Okay, so that went on, and having to convince people that you're a virtuous or modest person is the get out of your shell. Since when is a woman who absolutely knows what she wants and why she wants it in a shell? And to justify that by saying it's just a butt. Now, the English language. I like the English language. I would have to say that just in the form that it was used as he referred to it is probably one of my least favorite words. It is so easy to say it's just a butt. And then the next time, well, you did that. So the next part, it's just your breasts. It's just touching. It's just sex. It's just whatever. You can reach the other end of that spectrum if you didn't draw a line and stand behind it. Stick to what you decide. Determine for yourself where you want to draw that line. Know why you're doing it. And live it. Live it. I'm not going to deny I was a little perturbed. Now, the dilemma I'm running into is it's not just that aspect of the word just. Look at how many people have addictions, have pornography addictions. In and of itself, it's just a picture. It's just a sentence. Well, I'm going to tell you people, it's not. You know what it is? It's just the end of a marriage, leaving a woman single with 3 children and having to provide for them and not being able to stay home with them anymore. It's not just an addiction, people. It's not just sex. It has eternal repercussions. And it starts with the justification that it's just a butt. Well, if you are willing to cross that line, why aren't you willing to cross the next one? It's not just sex. It is virtue. It is standing up for what you believe in, and not just standing up for it. It's understanding why you believe what you believe. I know that I get to be with my children again after I die, after I leave this life. And so you know what? I'm going to live my life in a way that is worthy of that. That's worthy of the blessing that is. I'm going to live it. That's why I do what I do. It's an eternal concept. It's not just a body. It's a temple. And it's not just an addiction. It's not just a sickness. It is the breaking up of families. It is accomplishing Satan's goals. He wants to break up the family. Why? Because the family is the most perfect and important unit on this earth. Its organization is exactly what the Lord intended it to be, as long as people live righteously and worthy within it. You got it. You got it. That's where I stand. I'm curious, why do you believe what you believe? Share your thoughts with me.